The focus today is really on how you can accelerate your agreement processes in your accounting and tax firm. We'll start out by pinpointing some key learnings you'll get from today's webinar, and then introduce you to ShareFile if you're new, and then how you can leverage that in your tax and accounting firm. And then we'll cover some outcomes received by using ShareFile as well. And then, of course, we'll dig into how to accelerate your e-signature processes with a live demo with my colleague, Brian. To kick us off, I wanted to highlight one of our customers in accounting that utilizes ShareFile and its e-signature functionality in their firm. So Hassan's chartered accountants have realized benefits by speeding up its processes, both internally and then both externally as well with its clients. They state our new process with ShareFile saves around 15 minutes for each payroll run. That may not seem like a lot, but multiply that by several hundred clients each month, and the savings start to become significant. So I'm sure you all can relate to a very similar process where it can be very tedious and become a really huge amount of time out of your day, leaving you less time to focus on a high value work that you do for your clients and less of that administrative work that you have to do on the back end. And by the end of today's webinar, you'll really take away these three things: how ShareFile can benefit your firm, how you can save time and cost around your signature workflows, and then, of course, visually see our live demo on how to increase efficiency with your clients on tax documentation. And really introduce you if you aren't familiar with ShareFile yet. So I'd like to take this opportunity to explain how you can utilize accounting and tax firms in ShareFile as well and realize its benefits. So the graphic to the left really visualizes what ShareFile consists of. So it's really a single place for collaboration, file access and sharing, and electronic signatures, all while keeping your sensitive information secure in that single tool. And in that tool, you're getting that secure internal and external collaboration on documents, those document-centric workflows, and then client portals as well, with that integrated experience all protected with a secure layer of protective security detection on your files as well. So specifically for your accounting firm, you have a number of possibilities to drive growth within ShareFile. So offering a simple, secure client portal for each of your clients, giving them that easy access to their documents at any time. Also streamlining your processes with request-less capabilities to make document and asset gathering easy and quick for both you as CPA and the client. And then also e-signature functionality built right into your documents to make getting signatures easy and fast. And then lastly, security is always top of mind when it comes to those sensitive documents when you're dealing with financial information. So protection of your client data is also maintained in that environment too. So now that we have a better understanding what ShareFile is and what it does, I'm sure you're curious on what kind of tangible benefits you'd see through your firm if you don't already have ShareFile. So there's really three main buckets of outcomes you'd receive, that being reduced cost, an effortless experience, and then increased efficiency in your workflows as well. So reducing cost is obviously top of mind all the time, but especially now in this economic environment that we're experiencing lately. So with ShareFile, you'll be able to reduce or even replace other solutions by consolidating to one single integrated document collaboration tool. And then also, not to mention that our e-signature solution inside of ShareFile includes knowledge-based authentication at no extra cost, which will lend some instant cost savings right off the bat for you guys. And we all know that in a service-based industry, client experience is a huge component in maintaining trust and retentions with your clients. So ShareFile lends a user-friendly experience to both your employees and your clients with an easy-to-use interface and security access as well. And you'll be able to send unlimited documents for signature in ShareFile. As we know, accounting can be very signature heavy, like we saw. And you can enable automated reminders to ensure that you're getting clients to sign on time without ever having to track them down and remind them manually. And then lastly here, increasing efficiency is just a huge priority for everyone, especially when it comes to your firm is very dependent on time to service your clients as fast as possible. So in ShareFile, when you send a document for signature, the completed agreement is automatically saved back into the client's folder, lending you more time to focus on the client's needs and less time on that administrative task. And Brian will show you what that looks like specifically when we get into that demo. Before I transfer over to Brian with the demo, I wanted to quickly walk through what workflow you would really see him walk through today. So first, a CPA has a new client and needs to send them an engagement letter to be signed. So they will send this engagement letter right from the client's folder in ShareFile. And then the client then receives the signature request from their CPA in their email and then requests them to e-sign the letter via their email. And once that client signs the letter, the completed document is saved back to the client's folder automatically, needing no action from that CPA. And both the CPA and the client receives a notification that the completed signature workflow has been completely finished. And then after, the CPA can manage all of the client's documents that they've sent them or that they've requested from their client through request list in one place, providing them their clients very granular access to their documents at any time in their client portal.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks again for everybody joining in today. We're actually going to walk through how to get an engagement letter signed and then also how you can actually share that out and really just bring all your client communication all into a single portal. Just an easy way to save a lot of back and forth. You don't have to worry about trying to fax any documents over. I saw some people were still doing the print, sign, scan. So of course, anytime we can get you away from that physical paper and really just cut down on the time it takes to get these documents processed is going to be a big thing for us here there at the ShareFile side. So I know a lot of you are all current ShareFile customers, so you may already be familiar with this portal here. This is our ShareFile portal. This is branded for my specific demo account. For your firm, this will actually show your logo, your specific subdomain, everything here. The reason for that is we want everything to look like it's coming directly from your business, not like it's coming directly from ShareFile or from Citrix. We just want to make sure all your client communication is as personalized as possible. So what I'm going to do is actually just navigate into this shared folder. This is where all my clients and all my tax information is. So I'm going to go into my 2023 tax prep. I'm going to then just select which client I'd like to work with. And you can see I already have my blank engagement letter here in this doc or in this folder. So really all I need to do from here, instead of me dragging and dropping this into an email or going and faxing it over to somebody, or of course having to physically drive to a location to get that document signed, it's going to be as easy as just simply right-clicking, clicking Send for Signature. You can see you have a few different options. So if we did need to, of course, email this, send it through an encrypted email, a secure message, anything along those lines, we could do this. You could also go ahead and sign off on this yourself. So if someone, let's say your client actually uploaded a file in this folder to you, you could actually sign it right here within ShareFile without having to go into another app, another tool, or anything along those lines. So again, just trying to make it as easy as possible for all your client communication. What I'm going to do today is actually just send this out for signature. So I click that Send for Signature. It's going to automatically authenticate you into the Write Signature portion of the tool. Write Signature is the electronic signature portion from ShareFile. It's right, kind of just like right-handed. You'll see from this page, it has just kind of a quick little snippet of that document we need to get signed today. If for any reason you need to add another document in, you need to get another form filled out, anything along those lines, you can actually just drag and drop that directly from your desktop. Or of course, you can click this Add Another File. You can pull this directly from a cloud storage like ShareFile, like your Salesforce instance, many other integrations here, or directly off your desktop. For today, I'm just going to focus on this one document. So I'm going to go ahead and click Prepare Document. This page is really easy. We just put in the first name and last name of the user we need to get a signature from. If you've never worked with that client in Right Signature or ShareFile before, you will just input their first name, last name, and email address. If you have a husband-wife duo, you have business partners, anything along those lines where you need to get multiple people to sign off on that document, you can add in multiple signers. You're also going to be able to sequence that. So if I needed to get, in this instance, Stacy to sign off on this document before sending it to Neil, I can also set a signer order, and that way it's going to go to Stacy before Neil ever sees that document. So I'm going to go ahead and just send this over to Neil for today. We go ahead and click Next, Replace Fields. And this part, there's a lot going on here, but it is actually really easy. You'll see over here on this top request side, there's signature field, text field, date field. It's actually just as easy as scrolling down to where you need to get this document signed and just simply clicking on text field, and then it's going to automatically align that to where that line or where that item is you need to get signed. So essentially, if you have someone who's newer to electronic signatures, or you think they might need a little bit of help information, you can actually name that field or even have like helpful text aligned, and that way there's just no confusion or anything for your customer. So now that we have these fields placed, I'm going to go ahead and click this Next to Review. This is where you can actually customize this. You can see its name is going to be based off the document name or the file name, but I could say like, "Hi Neil, please sign off today." If needed, we could go ahead and turn this KVAs on. As Stacy noted, this is at no extra charge, so you don't have to worry about a tool like ShareFile or Right Signature nickel and diming you for each time you have to submit this through. You're also able to set an expiration and even a passcode. So if you would like to have a multi-factor for your customer to actually access and sign, we could go ahead and add that passcode to this document. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to go ahead and send this out. So now I've actually sent this out. I'm going to jump over to my client's inbox. And I'm working with Neil Armstrong today, and of course he's hanging out on the moon, so he can't drive into the office and sign off on this for me. So lucky for him, he's able to use his electronic signatures. You can see when he gets this message, it just really clearly outlines exactly what needs to be done with this document. It doesn't look like a generic text or anything. Ours is all branded. I just have our Citrix Cloud logo, but this of course could have your color scheme for your business and everything here. So you can see in my message, it has our note that we placed in there. I click Review and Sign. This part's extremely easy for your customer. I'm on a desktop, of course, right now, so I'm able to use my mouse and use my desktop, everything there. This fully works across all different interfaces. So if they're signing off on let's say a mobile device or an iPad, it's going to be as easy as actually just signing it with your finger. I am a lefty in a right-handed world, signing with my right hand, so mine might be a little messy. We'll go ahead and apply that here. If I was uncomfortable with that, or if I just thought that did not look right for any reason, I could of course go in and click this Type Signature, and then actually just type this out. You can see that we can turn on that blue ink if you have any legal requirements around blue ink as well. So I'm going to go ahead and enter this text. Put my own information here for the time being. I put this date in, and you can see I did not actually select that. So this bottom little bar, and it's going to be a little small on your screen. You can see I still have one field left, but you can see we're not able to actually submit this through. So if this was a very complex document, let's say I had 30 different lines I needed somebody to fill out, they could actually save this and come back to it at any point. That is a big differentiator for us compared to some of our competition, because they can save that progress and revisit at any time. So we go ahead and click the date here. You can see I got my green check marks everywhere. I'm ready to submit. So I go ahead and click Submit Now. It is going to confirm just using the terms of use. We go ahead and submit this through. And just like that, my client was able to easily just sign off on this document. There's going to be a few steps that happen after I've sent this out. From my customer side, they're going to now get a notification that's actually going to let them know that they executed that document. What it's also going to have is down here at the bottom, just as a simple attachment, we have the signed copy of the document for their records. Also, you have your signature certificate here. So this is going to have the full audit trail for you. It's going to let you know not only who signed that document, but also when and where using the IP. Everyone's used to electronic signatures now, so I know everyone's, we don't really get much pushback at all around people signing things off electronically. But if anybody ever inquires with you on the legality here, this is 50 state legal. And the other big portion is if someone signs that in front of you or signs that document and does a print sign scan, you know who signed that document, you know what they signed. But this goes one step further because it even tracks it back to the exact location where they signed. So I'm going to go ahead and bounce out of that. And now I'm going to actually navigate back over to my ShareFile account. If you recall this original folder that I sent that document out for, I'm just going to refresh my page. And note we are still underneath that Client C folder. You'll notice that there's an additional document here. Much like Stacy showed during the PowerPoint, the signed copy of the document automatically gets saved here in the folder for you. So this is the same folder that I originated the document for. I then don't have to go and save this back to the folder or anything along those lines. What I could also do, of course, is actually add my customer directly to this folder. So that way they could navigate, in this instance, to brianziegler.sharefile, or this could be yourcpapractice.sharefile.com. And we're able to add them to the folder, and then they're going to have a secure place to not only access the files and folders that you've sent in the past, but also to be able to upload any large or sensitive information moving forward. So really just as easy as possible. If you have to get hundreds of documents signed per day, you can imagine how you can do this just in a few clicks instead of having to fax out each individual document. For your side, as the initiator of the signature, you're going to get full notifications at every step of the way, actually letting you know exactly when the user accessed that file. Let me bring up my email. So this is my personal email here. And you can see I get this nice notification letting me know that they viewed the document but did not sign. Since I did sign that document, of course, I get the next email that has the notification let me know that document was signed and has that attached. But if for any reason whatsoever you see that your client actually viewed that document but never signed off, you can always use that as a compelling event to reach out to the customer or see if there was an issue or see if there's anything else that needs to be addressed there. So just an easy way to let those notifications work for you and help you save time and, of course, be able to work with more customers each year. I'm actually just logged into the Right Signature portal. It's going to be right underneath your settings cog with the account, branding, and then you're going to see here you're able to actually adjust the colors to reflect your website or your company branding. You're going to be able to actually add your own logo in as well. And then we're going to be able to adjust all the different headers as well. So what this does is that reminder email or that email that's initially sent when you request a signature, it's going to then reflect all these details on all that data that the customer sees. The kind of flip side of that is if your customer is within the folder in ShareFile and you want to make sure that they're only seeing your logo and your information there, you can see I kind of went just with the kind of Citrix Cloud stuff here, but you're going to be able to adjust that to your company name. You're even going to be able to add in your different subdomains here, and you're able to have 3 different ones. So if you do audits, tax prep, and general bookkeeping, let's say, you could have a tax prep Florida accountant at sharefile.com, bookkeeping Florida sharefile.com, or something along those lines as well. So everything that's going to be either uploaded or even shared through Right Signature is going to go through 256-bit SSL encryption. We encrypt both in transit and at rest. So your files are always going to be secure. We also have full SSAE 16 audited data centers for any sort of ISO compliance or any sort of compliance regulations that you go through.
There's also some security, extra security on top of that as well. You can set passcodes to your signature agreements. So you would let the assignee know what that passcode is, and only them would be able to access that document if they know the passcode. KDA works the same way. They would only have specific questions about them. They would know. That would be an extra security element to your signing processes. So Right Signature is actually our e-signature tool that is embedded into ShareFile. They're owned by the same people. We own Right Signature. There is just an option to buy Right Signature standalone too. It just works a little bit differently than what it would do in ShareFile. So if you get our ShareFile Premium plan, that includes that integrated e-signature. So when it takes you to Right Signature, that's really just what it is. It's our e-signature tool. And then with that, you're still getting the same demo that we just showed you on how you utilize it into it, but it's just a brand name for our signature component.
Conclude of our webinar here. We really enjoyed the opportunity to show you guys how these other accounting firms are accelerating their onboarding process. We hope this has really been helpful and good information for you. If you're interested in kind of testing out the document that you saw Brian sign and kind of doing that yourself, seeing how that works, I'm going to drop a link in the chat where you can go ahead and just do a quick test document yourself. There's also the opportunity to sign up for a free 30-day trial of the full product. So once you test that document, if you're still interested and really want to get a full rundown, feel free to head over to sharefile.com and sign up for a free 30-day trial.